Have you ever wondered where it all began? Not just your own life, but everyone's. The story of human civilization is an epic tale that starts thousands of years ago in the fertile lands of ancient Mesopotamia. Let's travel back in time together and explore the dawn of civilization. Our journey begins around 3500 BC in a region nicknamed the Fertile Crescent, located in modern-day Iraq. This is Mesopotamia, the land between two rivers, the Tigris and the Euphrates. It was here that a group of ingenious people called the Sumerians decided to stop wandering and start building. They weren't just building houses, they were building the world's first cities, like Uruk and Ur. Imagine living in a world without writing. How would you send a message, record a sale, or write down a story? The Sumerians faced this exact problem, and their solution changed everything. They developed cuneiform, one of the earliest forms of writing, using a reed stylus. They pressed wedge-shaped marks into wet clay tablets. This wasn't just for keeping track of grain. It was for laws, literature, and the first great epic, the Epic of Gilgamesh. It's the story of a king searching for immortality, a theme that still fascinates us today. But that's not all. The Sumerians were brilliant innovators. They invented the wheel, not for cars but for pottery and transportation. They developed a base 60 number system, which is why we still have 60 seconds in a minute and 360 degrees in a circle. They charted the stars, creating the foundations for astronomy and astrology. Their society was complex, with priests, kings, farmers, and artisans all playing a part. They built massive temple structures called ziggurats, stairways to the heavens, to honor their gods. The legacy of Mesopotamia is immense. They laid the groundwork for empires that followed, like the Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians. Now, let us sail down the river of time to another great civilization that rose from the banks of a mighty river, ancient Egypt. Around 3100 BC, along the life-giving Nile River, a unified kingdom emerged that would last for nearly 3 millennia. The Nile was everything to the Egyptians. Its predictable annual floods deposited rich, black soil, making the land incredibly fertile for farming. The river was their highway, their source of water, and the very center of their spiritual world. When you think of Egypt, what comes to mind? Pyramids, of course. These colossal structures weren't just fancy tombs. They were a testament to the pharaoh's power and a bridge to the afterlife. The Great Pyramid of Giza, built for Pharaoh Khufu, was the tallest man-made structure in the world for over 3,800 years. The sheer scale of its construction, using millions of stone blocks without modern machinery, is still a source of wonder and debate. But Egyptian civilization was so much more than pyramids. They developed their own unique writing system, hieroglyphics. This beautiful script, a mix of pictures and symbols, adorned temple walls and papyrus scrolls. And speaking of papyrus, the Egyptians created one of the first forms of paper from the reeds along the Nile, making it much easier to record their history, religious texts, and administrative records. Their beliefs about the afterlife were incredibly sophisticated. They believed that the body needed to be preserved for the soul to journey into the next world, leading to the intricate process of mummification. They were also masters of medicine, with knowledge of surgery, anatomy, and dentistry that was far ahead of their time. The Egyptians gave us a calendar with 365 days, incredible art, and an architectural legacy that continues to inspire. Or let's continue our journey eastward, to the vast subcontinent of India. Here, around 2500 BC, another remarkable civilization flourished in the Indus River Valley, in what is now Pakistan and northwest India. This is the Indus Valley civilization, also known as the Harappan civilization. What's truly fascinating is that for a long time, we didn't even know it existed. Its major cities Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro were only rediscovered in the 1920s, and what cities they were. Mohenjo-Daro was a masterpiece of urban planning. It featured a grid-like street layout, advanced drainage and sewer systems, and multi-story houses made of uniform, baked bricks. Some homes even had their own private wells and bathrooms. This level of planning suggests a strong, centralized government, yet we've found no grand palaces or temples like those in Mesopotamia or Egypt. It's a historical mystery. The people of the Indus Valley were skilled artisans and traders. Archaeologists have found beautiful pottery, intricate beadwork, and distinctive square seals with animal carvings and a script we still can't decipher. That's right, the Indus script remains one of the world's great unsolved puzzles. These seals have been found as far away as Mesopotamia, proving that these ancient cultures were connected by extensive trade networks. The civilization mysteriously declined around 1900 BC, possibly due to climate change or a shift in the river's course, leaving behind silent cities and countless questions. Now, let's turn our attention to Europe and Asia, where different paths to civilization were being forged. In Europe, around the same time as the Great River Valley civilizations, we see the rise of what's called megalithic cultures. Think Stonehenge in England or the Karnak stones in France. These societies may not have built sprawling cities, but they organized to create massive stone monuments aligned with astronomical events. These structures show a deep understanding of the seasons and the cosmos, and required incredible community effort. Later, on the island of Crete, the Minoan civilization emerged, known for its beautiful palaces, vibrant frescoes, and maritime trade. Over in Asia, along the banks of the Yellow River in China, a unique civilization was taking root. Early dynasties like the Shang, emerging around 1600 BC, laid the foundations for Chinese culture. They were masters of bronze casting, creating elaborate ritual vessels that are still admired for their artistry. The Shang dynasty also gave us the earliest form of Chinese writing, found inscribed on oracle bones. Priests would carve questions onto turtle shells or animal bones, heat them until they cracked, and then interpret the cracks to predict the future. This writing system is the direct ancestor of the modern Chinese characters used today. So why does all this matter? These early civilizations were the crucibles of humanity. They are where we developed the fundamental tools for complex society. Agriculture, which allowed us to settle down. Cities, which became hubs of culture and innovation. Writing, which let us share knowledge across time and space. And laws, which helped us live together in large groups. They tackled the big questions of life, death, and the cosmos, creating the world's first religions, philosophies, and sciences. Their inventions, from the wheel to the calendar, are still with us. Their stories, from Gilgamesh to the pharaohs, still capture our imagination. They faced challenges, floods, famines, and wars, and their responses shaped their societies and ours. The story of human civilization is not just one story, but many. Each of these ancient cultures provided a unique answer to the question of how to live together and build a world. From the ziggurats of Sumer to the pyramids of Egypt, the planned cities of the Indus Valley to the oracle bones of China, these were the first great leaps for mankind. They set the stage for everything that followed: the empires of Greece and Rome, the Renaissance, the Industrial Revolution, and the digital age we live in now. By understanding where we came from, we can better understand who we are today and where we might be going tomorrow. The echoes of these ancient worlds are all around us, in the way we tell time, the words we write, and the cities we build. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey back to the dawn of civilization. If you found this fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more adventures into our incredible past. See you next time.